Welcome to Muse and Magic 1111. Thanks for stopping by my channel for yet another deep dive into this twin flame journey. In true Muse and Magic 1111 form, you guys know if you've watched any of my prior videos that I always start off with a healing and also a song. This song is usually from the divine masculine to the divine feminine or vice versa. Um, Today I'm going to say it's from the divine feminine to the divine masculine. Just know that I'm speaking of energies, not necessarily any type of man versus woman or anything like that. There's just a very specific feminine or masculine energy. You are either in the masculine or the feminine energy. Typically, the masculine energy is the energy that is the runner, someone who's running away and rebelling from this particular connection. And the feminine is normally, of course, the nurturer, the person who is really ready, more times than not, very much on the awakening path. Okay. Today's song is going to be from Susan Carroll, who is slowly but surely becoming one of my favorite female artists. Just very soulful. Her words are just very thoughtful, very twin flamey. And so today, again, Susan Carroll with Reciprocity. Okay? You can close your eyes while I do this healing, which I think I'm going to work specifically on just healing the divine masculine, divine feminine relationship as a whole. Okay? Just because we're doing some healing on this does not mean it does not solidify or even confirm or, promise that you guys are going to come into union, but at least there is some healing behind the scenes that is going on. So if that is to take place, then some of those past wounds from past lives, from present life are still being worked on, and the healing is underway. Okay? Again, Susan Carroll with Reciprocity. Beautiful, beautiful song. Listen to the words, my divine masculines, because this is from your feminine. And then we'll jump right into the reading. To save time, I've already shuffled and spread the cards, so we don't have to spend so much time on that, okay? Let's get started.
I always do all these things for you. You can never even seem to do the simple things that make me feel like I want it or need it. Can I get some reciprocity? What I do for you, can you do it back to me? Can you make me feel like I'm your everything? Can't you say what you mean? Can you mean what you say? Communication is key. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. I don't wanna play with you. This is not a game for two. You can have your cake and eat it too. I don't got the time. I don't got the time. I don't wanna play with you. This is not a game for two. You can have your cake and eat it too. I don't got the time. I don't got the time.
You can't get a chicken crispy taco. Oh, sorry guys. I play this from YouTube and now the commercial's coming on. So very interesting because this is not a game to be played. It's not a game for two. I don't have the time. That's really what she's saying. Divine masculine to divine feminine to the divine masculine. Some of you all have been on this journey for quite some time. For some of you, it's been many years. For others of you, it may have been for the last couple of years. I don't know why a decade stands out to me for a lot of you. About a decade or maybe even 11. I don't know why 11, but 11 years possibly for some of you. 12 years, 12 for some of you. But for others of you, I'm thinking of duality. I'm thinking it's only been 2 or 3 years. Depending on where you are in this journey, that will kind of let you know where you are in this particular reading. I always say take the meat, throw away the bones, because this reading is not every single part of it is not for every single person. Um, but there is something going on this dimension, in this dimension, and on this planet, um, where there will be the few twin flames who will come together. And when twin flames come together, it's a very powerful, powerful um, connection, because you guys come together to do something very magical for the planet. But I don't want you to feel like if you're not in union with your divine masculine or feminine, that you have no purpose, like that particular powerful connection means nothing, because that's not always true. They're here to heal through some things. You're here to heal through some things. And so you both have your individual journeys, but when you come together, it's just that much more powerful. It's kind of like Neo said, I'm a what's the name, the lyrics to that word? I'm a something by myself, but I'm a force when we're together. I don't know why I can't think of the lyrics right now. I'm sorry, I'm having a brain fart. But so I'm strong by myself, but I'm stronger when we're together. That's really what the interpretation of that is. And so that is the twin flame journey. However, many masculines rebel because there's just still here learning their own personal lessons of self-worth, being worthy of unconditional love, being worthy of a healthy, non-toxic love. Also a humbling, right, where they're just kind of like stepping away from ego. And that's really hard for people to do because of eons of conditioning, years in this present life of conditioning, where we believe we have religious conditioning, we have societal conditionings, we have so many people telling us who we are, how we're supposed to move and act, and what we're supposed to believe, and so forth and so on, and so that all affects a part of our conditioning, our awakening, even, right? And shedding and the letting go of all that, the ego and all of that, living from this place of solar plexus, which we have as, a collective whole humanity for eons, right? In search of money, power, respect, power, control, right? Just all those things. And yes, we are going through a great awakening as a planet, where many of us are starting to shed a little bit of that, but it is going to take time. Rome was not built in a day, right? So, with that being said, I just kind of described to you the twin flame journey in a nutshell, in brief. Okay, but there's so much more to that. So, I really do encourage you to study twin flames as a whole. A really great reader is Magnetize Yourself on YouTube. She does a really great job of kind of breaking down her earlier videos from, like, a couple of years ago. But you'll find them. Look up Magnetize Yourself, Twin Flame Journey, or something like that, or What Are Twin Flames, or whatever. And she does a really great job at kind of giving a breakdown thoroughly of what the twin flame even is exactly, because many get it very confused with soulmates. The whole universe is our soulmate. We've been here before. The people in our lives right now, the man you waved at the bus stop who offered you a cup of coffee, or, kind words. All these people are our soulmates, people we have contracted with before, who will show up for us the next lifetime, even if just for a blinking of an eye, to, give us what we need in that moment, okay, or in that season of our lives. And so, there's nothing new under the sun. The Bible even says that, if you're, a Bible reader. I grew up in the church, so I'm just, using that as a reference. But, there's nothing new under the sun. And so the whole universe is our soulmate. And so there is a different, uh, you know, a differentiation between soulmate and twin flame. There is thought to be only 144,000 twin flames on the planet, incarnated here for such a time as this. And I won't get too deep on the whole thing that we've gone through, from the natural disasters to COVID, and to, what is to come. But we did come here to do something really wonderful on this planet. But I just want you to know that your being here is enough. Just your being here incarnated as a twin flame is enough, even if you never come into union with your actual twin flame. Okay? So let's jump right on into this reading. Okay? We're going to kind of just dive into what our divine other half has been going through in the past. Okay? What's the past energies? Past energies, looks to me as if someone is really just a little off center, right? Trying to find their true north. Someone has, okay, so a lot's coming up right now. Someone has mommy issues, right? Issues with their mom. Maybe childhood issues, veering from childhood or something like that. And sometimes what that can do is all of those traumas can they actually resurface in our life time and time again. It kind of conditions how we choose our mates. It conditions how we rebel against certain healthy relationships or whether we gravitate towards them. But also it can make us feel a little bit lost, right? If we never get a hold of how to have a healthy relationship, love relationship with others, period, or even with our divine other half, or even with any of the people in our lives that we tend to gravitate towards for an actual intimate relationship. Okay, someone here is trying to find their true north. It's almost like you're searching to find your way back home. You're trying to remember the cornucopia of life, the blessings of life, find the silver lining, right? And kind of getting back into self-care is what I feel when I see this mothering energy, this nurturing energy, getting back to self-care and what's important to you, maybe even the nurturer or the healer within self. So that's something someone's been kind of struggling with in the past, just really trying to find their true north. What is it that I really want? Where is it that I'm really trying to go? Like, what the fuck, right? And then am I really recognizing the blessings that I have, regardless of what's going on right now in front of me? Am I really seeing the silver lining? Am I really recognizing the blessings? Because I really truly am blessed. Or maybe for some of you, this is the divine feminine showing up here and you recognize that she was your cornucopia. She was your true north. She was your home. She was your place of respite. She was your peace. She was your cornucopia. She had everything that it was that you needed for nurturing and your nourishment and everything. She was your blessing. Okay? Past tense, because remember, this is not the energy of now. The energy of the present is, someone has taken off their wedding ring, someone has been fidgeting with their wedding ring, someone is recognizing that all things come full circle, so they're being a bit of the lone wolf right now, recognizing that maybe this window of opportunity has closed completely. Okay. The present energies, though, is that, someone here there's this very slow turtle-like energy, very moving very slowly. Okay. You're feeling like you've kind of muddied the waters. You've kind of mucked things up. And now you're kind of like in your own little cave. Right. The wonderful thing about that cave, though, is like there's an initiation going on so that you can come out as the wizard. You can come out working towards your awakening, working towards your own personal magic, that which you have forgotten. And again, that goes back to trying to find the silver lining in things. It goes back to finding your true north, like really trying to remember your way home. What I really see right now is Hansel and Gretel and the breadcrumbs left through the forest. You're trying to find your way home, but you're realizing that some of the birds and the crows and critters of that forest have eaten away at those crumbs. And so now you're kind of like trying to use your inner compass because there is no visual aid to try and get you there. Okay. So what is the situation at hand? What is the situation and the concern? And at this time, it looks as if someone is very guarded. It's like there's this gate and there's locks on this gate. There's guard dogs. There's, no one's getting through here at this time. Okay. However, there is news coming in. And, God bless the mailman. God bless the messenger, because I don't know how he's going to get those messages through that gate. However, um, there is a storm of brewing. So maybe these messages are of the storm that is coming, or these messages are going to be pretty much the calm after the storm. Okay, take it how it resonates, but that is what the situation is right now at hand. However, what is the what is the obstacle? And right now, it looks as if the obstacle is someone is afraid to go deep. Someone is really needing to go deep and do some shadow work. And by that, it just means, it's a couple of things. Moon is always indicative or of the representative, I should say, of the side that we don't typically like for people to see. It's the illusion, living in illusion. And there's also the darker side of things. Okay. So it's the hidden side of things, okay? But this is about some type of path, like a hidden path or something like that. And someone not, or even a more spiritual path, I'll even say, right? A path towards the light, maybe even, but you have to go deep. Beneath the skin, there's muscle, there's tissue, there's fascia, there's all these things, but you're not really deep. All that is surface shit. You're not really deep until you get to the bones, the bones of the situation, right? The skeleton. And so skeletons in one's closet, someone has to address that, because this is going to lead you on a path towards the illusion, right? Towards revelation, revealing that which has been hidden and doing that shadow work. You're going to have to work on the darker side of the moon for a while, okay? However, that is the resolve and the guidance in this situation. You have a woman who is very fiery, who is very much very clear on who it is that she is. She is very much a divine feminine. She is wild and unruly. She is one that you cannot capture, you cannot control. And that's what I really feel like your divine feminine represents for you, or the divine feminine represents in this particular relationship. She represents ebb and flow and calm, the water. Maybe there's a water sign and a fire sign here in this, okay? Could be a fire sign. It could be just indicative of someone with a very wild, flowy, kind of, just like I said, very uncontrollable spirit, okay? Someone who's very wild and free. Your inner wild woman. Wild women run with the wolves, honey, okay? But again, water is about ebb and flow. It's about purification. It's about clearing and cleansing. Again, every time I see water, I think there's tears somewhere. Someone has been actually really thinking about life, really just thinking about the past, thinking about loss, thinking about a lot of different things. And so there's been like this maybe someone crying or shedding some tears silently, though. I don't feel like this is openly or in public or where others, of course, will know or see, but just with themselves, someone has been basically very emotional. Okay, but there is an awakening that is happening here with the snake, because this is definitely representative of divine feminine energy, right? That Kundalini energy, Kundalini rising, Kundalini awakening. This is about wisdom, right? Um, so there is some woman I feel full of wisdom, right? Um, or this woman maybe represents for you someone who is full of wisdom, someone who is a water, who is about ebb and flow, someone who is very cleansing and purifying and honest and clear, like very translucent. You can, she's pretty much what she says is what she means. What she means is what she says. She has no, what do they say, no hold bar or something like that, but just very blatant, okay? Because she's very wild and very honorable and honest and intuitive. I don't know why I feel like saying that, but I have to say that. So this person is a guide, shows up as a guide, or, maybe your reflection upon this person is your guidance. So what is the release that is needed here? What needs to be released? The ego. Okay, the ego needs to be released, and there needs to be some um, rehabilitation or reignition, some type of reunion with courage. Okay, but recognizing too that this is kind of bittersweet, right? It's kind of bittersweet. This is kind of like a forbidden space, a forbidden fruit, a forbidden area for the masculine, but there is light at the end of the tunnel. Okay. Um, so what needs to be embodied is that, there is something within you that needs to be unlocked with the key. And I feel like mainly this is really just you recognizing that you're an eagle, not a chicken. You recognizing that you're a swan, not the ugly duckling. Remember the story of the ugly duckling. He didn't know, so he didn't fit in anywhere, and he felt very awkward, and people were talking about him and shunning him and all the things except for maybe the parents. But he didn't realize that eventually one day he'd be a swan, and that's why he did not look. So this reminds me of someone who, maybe you, masculine or feminine, you just feel like you've never fit in. You were always very different. You always felt as if maybe you didn't measure up. You didn't look like, act like, feel like, fit in with the others. Okay, only to see later on in life that you were actually a swan, if you've even recognized that yet. And a part of this is for your own. It has always been, the key to this actually has always been for your higher learning, for your transformation, for your evolution, for your transcendence. Okay? Action that needs to be taken is someone needs to just be free. Free yourself. Okay? And again, this is air sign that shows up here, so maybe this is relative to that. Stop acting like a klutz, like a ditz, like you don't know what's going on. Stop acting within this joker energy. Stop being the fool. Okay? While fool sometimes can indicate, yes, new beginnings and just this openness to what that even looks like into a different path. But oftentimes it's naivety. It's like you got to stop acting stupid. And I'm sorry for using that word, but not sorry. Stop acting ignorant. Stop acting as if you don't know what's going on. Stop being clueless as to what's going on around you. Okay? And I think of the game Chutes and Ladders. Remember where you could slide down the rainbow and go to a different you can elevate, you can slide down or go up or something like that. I don't know if I remember correctly, but for some, this is one. I think of the balancing of chakras. I think of the chakra colors. I think of different perspectives because of the different reflections and different spectrums of light that are shown through here, right? You need a little bit of rain. You need a little bit of moisture. You're gonna need a little bit of pressure, right, in order to see the rainbow. But again, this reminds me of silver lining. It reminds me of the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. So if one is to take the journey, you're gonna find what you're looking for and everything that you need once you complete this journey. So stop evading and avoiding and do what needs to be done. Stop acting game goofy and do what needs to be done for you to get your pot of gold. Whether it's the lesson, whether it's the love, whether it's the knowledge or the wisdom, whatever lies at the end of this, only you will find out at the end of the rainbow, okay? What are the messages that Divine Masculine tells himself? What are the things that Divine Masculine tells himself? Okay. Divine Masculine says, hey, there were other things that got in the way of our being together. It says third party, okay? Other people, places, things. It doesn't have to necessarily be another woman or another man or just whatever, but it could definitely be another person, place, or thing. Other things that took priority over your situation. Soul contract. The lesson I learned from us will never be forgotten. I always feel connected to you, soul tie. So those are the messages that Divine Masculine constantly reminds himself of. So what are the things that he has to say to my Divine Feminine? Clinging, holding on, obsessing, spying, curse, hex, witchcraft, negative mind, and thinking, missing you, craving, desiring. So the messages he has for Divine Feminine is that, hey, you know, I still hold on to memories of us. I still think about the past. I still think of you, okay? Um, and for some, they do obsess. Some are spying on the Divine Feminine. Some, not all, okay? Because spying could also be just kind of feeling your energy, trying to tap into your energy, not necessarily all on your social media and that kind of thing, but ever so often just kind of tapping into your energy. Okay, the curse, witchcraft, negative mind. So even having a negative mindset and ignorance can be a curse upon your situation. It doesn't always mean that somebody else is involved or that he or she put an actual hex on you, because oftentimes people don't even know anything about magic. They don't realize that their words are their wand, that you can curse people by just speaking negatively over a situation. Even if you say, oh, I ain't tripping on her, or I ain't tripping on him, or whatever, you're still putting a negative energy out there, like, towards the other person, and I ain't really in, or whatever. So you're still kind of cursing it, or, you know what I'm saying? I hope they stop calling me. I hope they stop checking for me. You're still putting a negative energy, a negative hex curse out on the situation, okay? Even if you're not doing it knowingly. Third party situations. I hope that, you know, I hope he stopped calling her. I hope he don't fuck with her. I hope he, that kind of thing. It's still putting a negative energy out into the universe, speaking very negatively over a situation. So when I say hex or something like that, it doesn't mean that this other third party person or your person necessarily even knows that they're dealing in magic. It's just that they don't realize that their words are very powerful, okay? Thinking, missing you, craving you, desiring. Okay. So this masculine, for many of you, is actually thinking of you, craving you, and desiring you, whether they admit it or not. Okay. The thought crosses their mind. Okay. What changes are underway? I just, for some reason, want to do this really quickly. Relationship dynamics. Keep the faith. Grief work. You are stronger than you know. So someone is coming back into their inner strength. Someone is doing some grief work, whether it's just grieving this particular relationship or the relationship that they're currently in. Because for some of you, remember I said someone was taking off this wedding ring. Someone was constantly playing with it. It was almost like a thought, like, man, should I take it off, keep it on? Like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, what does this even mean anymore? Although the ring can also be about coming full circle, but someone also being a lone wolf right now, feeling very alone and lonely in the world, and also like they have closed the window or allowed a window to close on a particular opportunity. Okay, so this grief work feels really, don't know. It feels sad actually, or heavy. But then keep the faith comes up. So someone's trying to keep the faith, even though I think they really don't believe that there's um, anything to come of this situation, whether it's restoration of their own personal situation currently or restoration of the situation with divine feminine. Okay. But you are stronger than you know. So for my masculines, that's something that you need to know. You are stronger than you know. Your words are your wand. You are the creator of your own reality. Okay? You are the creator. You are the author of your own book. Okay? Your own life's story. I'm recording, my love. um, so with that being said, that's pretty much all I have for you right now today. Um, I could pull a couple of Romance Angel cards. I haven't used these in so long. Let me see if the Romance Angels has something very specific for you guys today. Hmm. Someone needs to make the effort. This is new love. So for my divine feminines, I feel like there's a new love that's entering the picture soon. If you will allow it. Okay, if you will allow it. Forgiving and learning. So, this came up a little bit, remember, because I think we're talking about grief work and some other stuff with like some mommy issues or something earlier. But if you will allow yourself to heal the past, then you will see how much of of the present, how the presence will be affected, the present, I should say, will be affected in love and relationships. So just doing that grief work, even around some childhood stuff, even. But doing the work to heal the past will bring more love to you, okay? In different ways. But there is a new love that is trying to come in. I feel like this is mainly for my divine feminines for some reason. Um, but you're going to have to make the effort. Make the effort to really clear your energy, cleanse your energy of the past. Really make the effort to let go of any past hurts and pains, any past thoughts about what relationship looks like as it pertains to your twin flame. Because remember, it's in the letting go that we actually gain a grip. Okay, so those are the messages I have for you right now. I hope you loved it. If you did, do let me know. Like, subscribe. And then for everyone else, please know that I'm always wishing you the best, always wishing you optimal health, wealth, and love. And until next time, wholeness. Bye.